I'm going to teach you the secret sauce today. And the secret sauce that I'm talking about is the one that has helped me to become successful as an entrepreneur, but also as someone that was in the corporate arena. And over the course of the years, I have gained these 5 insights that I'm going to share. So stay tuned to the end because you're going to want to hear this. Now, what is the secret sauce? I will tell you the secret sauce is the art of networking and collaborating. When my dad first told me as I was entering my corporate career, honey, it's not about what you do, it's about who you know. And was he right about that? Overall, in my corporate career, every time I received a promotion or every time I was able to open up new business opportunities for the companies that I worked for was because of that power of connection and the people that I would meet at conferences, the people who I would create genuine relationships with. And now, as an entrepreneur, things don't change. It is the power of networking and collaboration that has allowed me to grow my business and continue to be able to live in my mission to serve others. So, here are your 5 tips for today. Why network is a game changer and for business growth, really a key ingredient. Ultimately, our network is our net worth. I know you've heard this before, but it is a game changer because a lot of times our family and our friends are not the people who are our clients in most of these circumstances. So it's very important to be able to leverage the audience or to leverage the connections or the relationships from the people that we know so that we can kind of expand our reach. I go into every connection meeting, whether it be a one-to-one coffee chat or into maybe a networking event. I not only talk about, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, and listen, right? Because listening is the most important thing that we can do for others. I also ask, and this is the question, who do you know that I should meet? Who do you know that will be someone that I want to connect with? And by the way, before I ask that question, I ask, who do you need to know? Who would you like to connect with? How can I serve you by introducing you to others? And again, it's a give that allows us to expand what we're doing and to really be able to build relationships that are incredibly helpful. This is something that, as a confident CEO of your life and business, you are going to need to master. Now, meaningful connections online and offline are the ones that really are going to teach you something, but also be able to help you in your mission to create an impact or serve others in the way that you want to. A couple of weeks ago, I was asked to speak at the University of Hawaii. And how did I get that gig? And actually, I spoke at the University of Hawaii for 2 weeks in a row for 4 classes. And it happened because of a networking, of a connection, of someone that is a promotional partner, someone that is a business coach. And her and I see eye to eye on a lot of things. And although most people would think that we are competitors, we are collaborators. We collaborate online. And she is the person that said, hey, I'm teaching a class at the University of Hawaii. Come on over and teach my students. So, wasn't that a really good win-win? Because, first of all, I was able to serve her and be able to help her continue to deliver high quality content to the students in which she is working with. And now for me, I also now got to say, this is another place where I've been able to present. And my name got out there as far as Hawaii. And who doesn't want to continue to have an expansive reach, not just in your neighborhood, but also in your world? Now, speaking of online and offline and being in your neighborhood, on Saturday, I am going to an event in which I've been asked to be a mentor for emerging entrepreneurs. How did this happen? Well, it didn't happen by accident. It happened because of the networking, the relationships that I have with local organizations and the places where I've gone and hung out in the past year. I was at an event that was a fundraiser for an organization that I think is phenomenal. And I met somebody who is the head of the entrepreneur incubator here in Connecticut. And guess what? They invited me to come and be a mentor. So, again, this is powerful. Now, how to approach potential collaborators and partners. Simple. Say hello, be friendly, ask about them. A lot of people really go wrong when it comes to networking because they go into a networking event and they say, "Ooh, let me tell you about me." And they go off in their little um, tirade of telling you how great I am and what I do. Yes, you should have an elevator pitch. Yes, you should be able to talk about what you do. But most people are more interested in what is in it for me. So you listening to them lets them be seen, be known, be understood, just like you want to, but also allows them to build a deeper relationship. People that come along and tell me who they are, what they do, and hand me a business card and then move on are not the people who I necessarily connect with. Why? Because anybody can be an insurance agent, anybody can be a realtor or this or that or whatever. But when you get to know the person, then you really understand what drives them and how to be able to support them. And when you give an opportunity for someone to be heard, then they will also ask you questions about what you do. And you will find that you build these friendships, these collaborations. And these are the people that you can go to and say, "Hey, I don't know how to do this," or "I'm looking to do that. How can I?" Right? Because we don't always have the answers. Now, leveraging the connections for increased visibility is key. And again, I am not looking for people to go and, sing my praises to everyone. I'd like to, it would be nice, but I don't push that on people. What I do is I make sure that I have a clear message so that when I'm not in the room, people can say, "Ooh, you know what? I know someone that does podcasting, that's a business coach, that knows about tiny habits, productivity." And then they already know how to introduce me to somebody, right? So, really knowing what you do and communicating that to others will help you gain visibility. Most of the podcasts that I have been on really came from introductions from other people. A lot of the clients that I have now come to me organically from people that are connected to me because someone knew that they needed me. They'll say, "You need my friend Julie." And I get that all the time. I have one client in particular. My goodness, I'm going to have to send her a big gift because I'm thinking about this. She called me last night, 9 p.m., and she said, "Julie, my boss and this person, they're doing this thing and they need you." And again, she sent me their text. She made an introduction. And I said, "How can I help you?" And I gave them some tips and I share a little bit of how they can improve on the project that they were working on. And now, guess what? They're going to be hiring me. Hmm. It's all about increasing your visibility through the power of relationships. And the last tip that I have for you is, it's not a one and done. It's not about just meeting someone and, okay, you bring the business card back and you file it away. It is about always making sure that you nurture these relationships. If my husband and I didn't go on a date night, if I didn't call my sister to catch up, if I didn't FaceTime with my nieces and nephews, the relationship becomes stale. And then it's just kind of hard to, you know, support someone who you don't really know. So, one of the things that I do is after I meet someone, I set up a time in which I check in with them. Also follow up and find out, "Hey, what are you doing?" Many times, people that I connect with will add me to their email list. And if I see that they have a launch coming on or they're bringing a book to life or they are traveling, I will send them an email and I will say, hey, how did your trip go to Spain? Or congratulations, your book is coming out next Thursday. How can I support you? So maintaining your personal and nurturing these professional relationships is going to help support you. And it's also going to make you more of a confident CEO for your life and business. Trust me, it is well worth it. Now, you may be wondering, oh my gosh, Julie, how do I keep track of all of this? There's a lot of customer relational management systems out there. I've tried a lot of them. There's some that I really hate because they're super complicated. And for a long time, rather than being complicated, I kept just a spreadsheet where I would write down who is it that I've met. I also have a specific notebook for meetings. So I could go to my notebook and I can see when I met that person, what the notes were, how did they get introduced to me. Also, in my Calendly link, when you book an appointment with me, it's ask you, how did we meet? Because I want to be able to know if this is an introduction from someone. So one, I can help, I can thank that person for making the connection, but two, really understand the context of this new introduction and relationship. Now, there is a coach who lives here in Connecticut and she's amazing. Her name is Barb Nagel. And if you haven't heard my interview of the Casa De Confidence podcast with her, go check it out because she's phenomenal. But she and I met for coffee a couple months back and she shared a really great tool and I started using it and it's been revolutionary. It is called DEX, DEX. And I'm going to put the link in here somewhere. But basically what it is kind of like a virtual Rolodex. So it integrates with my Google Calendar. So when I have a meeting with someone, I get their like email address and then a spot where I can put in my notes. But the beauty of it is it also integrates to Facebook and to LinkedIn. So now I have all their information from their LinkedIn profile and also from their Facebook. And it'll remind me, hey, someone is having a birthday, or hey, here's a rundown. That person you met with last week got a promotion. So this way I am able to communicate with them. Also, after I meet with them, I put in my notes into Dex now. I am not perfect at it. I am working on this system. And really, what I like about it is I can also put in there a note that says, remind me to talk to this person in a month. And then I can also categorize people. Hey, I can categorize people with who introduced us, or if they came to me through a podcast, or if it was someone that I met at an in-person networking event. So try out all these different things. The system that works for me may not be your system. But again, the art of networking and collaboration is something that we all need to master. And you will thank me for reminding you to do so. So thank you again, my friends, for tuning in. And remember, this is day 8 of the 30-day series of becoming the confident CEO of your journey, of your life and business. I would love for you to share this episode with the people who may need to hear this and leave me a review or subscribe to the podcast or the YouTube if you haven't done so already. And as always, you can find me at goconfidentlycoaching.com or go to the podcast, Casa De Confidence, because Handsome Hot Husband and I will always have a hot take on the guests that I'm interviewing. Until next time, don't forget, go confidently in the direction of your dreams.
Hi, everybody. I know that sometimes we get very lonely in this entrepreneur journey, and I want to invite you to join us into our limited time only Purposeful You Mastermind. For many of us entrepreneurs, we believe that we can do it all. But the reality is that doing it alone only creates a lot of overwhelm. So join us at the Purposeful You Mastermind. You can find out more information by going to bit.ly/Julie's Mastermind. This is going to be the place where you are able to then unlock your full potential and achieve long-term success for your business. Push you behind your current limits, expand your connections, discover new ideas, and implement them with confidence. You're going to get the support in all aspects and transforming you to the 6-figure business you've been looking for. pause and get off the hamster wheel. If you've been spinning around, this is a time where you can get that support from like-minded entrepreneurs that are here to join you in your journey. Together, we can challenge the assumptions and land the speaking engagements and opportunities we want to grow our business and make an impact in the lives of people. See you then. Remember, you can find the mastermind at bit.ly, Julie's Mastermind.